Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we will be reviewing the day one between India and England, a day dominated by the English batsmen, mainly Joe Root, who scored another beautiful century, and very well aided by Dom Sibley as well, who scored a very nice 50 as well. Coming to the Indian bowlers, unfortunately, apart from the experienced Ashwin and Bhumi and Ishant, I thought the Shahbaz Nadeem and Washington Sundar were taken to the cleaners a little bit. I have with me my co-host as usual, my main host as usual, Mustafa Ismail. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. You're the main host, bro. But yeah, I think you got it spot on. Joe Root, bro. I know that you felt that Ashwin will get him, but I think the pitch also helped. Like it
Oh,
was not
absolutely. Excellent batting conditions.
the excellent batting conditions, but he made the most of it. He batted beautifully. The way and the reverse sweeps he was picking out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
bro. Like
Perfect.
Burns made a big mistake, but this
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
knew exactly he was, risk free. He
Absolutely.
when he needed a boundary, picked the boundary. And I think where India got it wrong, if I just want to say, is they bowled Shabazz and Washington in tandem for like
Yeah.
15, 20 over spells or 10 over spells, whatever. But um, I
Showers,
think,
Showers and Washington was a tad bit short. They need to bowl a little bit fuller, but
yeah,
they were also worried about the fact that he was reverse sweeping when they were bowling fuller. So they were kind of, and that's where the inexperience counts.
yeah,
And I still think that this was a mistake on in terms of the think tank to go in with Shabazz, who's hardly played Test cricket, over a Kuldeep Yadav. I don't know what's going on, what the situation is with him,
yeah.
but the confidence that their lack of confidence that they're showing in him is a cause of significant concern for him as well. Just think that half the team was injured in Australia. He never got a chance. Yeah,
Hmm,
perfect conditions for him to get into the game. He didn't get a chance. But just a quick
100%.
pointer of bringing it back to the pitch that you were talking about. Harsha Bogle had a nice tweet. He said, "New chef in the stadium, but he forgot to add a bit of spice in there." That's
Yeah.
exactly what was the situation.
Yeah, when I saw the pitch before the toss, they were doing the pitch report. So I was watching on TV, and I thought there was like a few spots there. Looked like it's gonna turn. I thought, okay, this is gonna be a 3-4 day game. That's what I thought. But as the game progressed, we saw it was an excellent batting wicket, like a road, if you may say. But at the same time, I think they batted brilliantly. Sibley, I think in particular, he played a Pujara innings.
Yeah, yeah.
He sat there. He negotiated the tough periods, and because I think at one point Ishant and Ashwin were bowling an amazing spell in tandem, and even Root was struggling at that time.
Yeah.
But then they were. Well, as soon as they were taken off, I think England took advantage of the two more inexperienced spinners, and yeah, they took the game in their favor. So I think the pitch excellent to bat on, but England made the most of it as well. This easily they could have given away wickets here and there, but apart from that Rory Burns wicket, I think they batted really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the three wickets that fell, two were two very, very good balls by Bumrah. I
Yeah,
thought for Sibley and for Sibley and for Lawrence, I
yeah.
thought were very, very good balls by Bumrah. And Rory Burns gave away his wicket, unfortunately. Joe Root still on there with a smashing 128 and at a
120.
decent strike rate too. 65 strike rate for Test matches, not terrible.
Exactly, but
So
look at Sibley's 286 for 30. So that's a Pujara innings right there.
that's
And
a
I
that
but they complemented them each other beautifully. So I think so. It was perfect.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. I mean, there was little to fault for. I think England go in on day one very, very happy and very comfortable. I mean, it would have been even better if they would have not lost that wicket in the last ball of the
Yeah,
day.
man.
But for them, I think they'll be pretty happy with the likes of Ben Stokes, Ollie Pop still coming in. I think they can really enforce that for 4-500 target which they would have had in the mind when they started batting, and then really
100%.
put pressure on the Indians. And it's up to the Indians now to how they respond to this pressure. But I think coming back to the bowling, I think both Ishant and Bumrah and even Ashwin, I thought all three of them were great. I thought
Mm.
they tried as much as they possibly could, but where they unfortunately where India missed a trick was the fact that they had Shabazz and Washington as number four
Yeah,
and five, and
look at
both
their
of them
economy rates.
it's not good for
Mm.
cricket, not good for Test cricket. I mean, Shahbaz Nadeem 3.5. Okay, I guess you could say when he's trying to do a little bit more, you get that 3.5, but not good enough. But and 4.5 for Washington's just not acceptable. I mean, yes, he had a dream debut, a dream couple of games, but obviously in these kind of conditions with a spectacular batsman of Joe Root's caliber, I thought he struggled a lot, and I
And
think
that's
both
where
of
you
them
were
will
right.
need to.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I'm really sorry about that. But
No, no,
but
no.
both of them need to really improve and learn from their mistakes on day one and come back on day two a lot stronger if they need to turn this around quickly.
Yeah, and I think your point about team selection. I think that's plays a key part because look at they're kind of similar bowlers, all three of them. Kuldeep would have brought a different kind of aspect altogether. And like you said, I think there's a pecking order in the team. I think they should have followed that pecking order. If Akshar Patel is not fit, then you go with the person who's already named in the squad instead of putting somebody who was in the wait list suddenly into the team.
Yeah,
So I think they should have gone with that, and it would have brought different variation. Yeah, he's slower to the through the air. They might have attacked him more, but he's also experienced, and he's the second most experienced bowler, right, in the squad after Ashwin. So I think they
yeah.
should have stuck with Kuldeep, and the main thing is variation. He brings a different kind of thing, to the table. He brings a different kind of set of skills.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking. Was I understand the point of keeping Washington because you want that extra batsman bowler, that kind of a little bit of an all rounder. So I
Hmm.
understood his point. He's the fifth bowler, so you can expect him to bowl 10, 15 overs in a day, and that's about it. But the decision of Shahbaz Nadeem. I mean, I understand. Like we've had a series where a lot of these guys who've played hardly any test matches in Australia have shown brightly. But I think that this is a decision that they will be ruining now. I'm not taking anything away from Nadeem. I think hopefully he learns and he can
Hmm.
probably be more effective on day two and when he has to bowl in the second innings as well.
Yeah.
But I think that they kind of lost. They missed a slight trick over there, unfortunately.
100%, yeah, 100%. I agree with that. And just one thing about Sibley, I think his he gets a lot of stick because his stance is also a bit, his backlift is a bit weird. Like he starts a bit like diagonally, and then but then he gets into amazing position. I think his feet movement was perfect. His leg side game is brilliant. The way
Absolutely.
he was clipping it through, what do you call it, mid wicket, deep mid wicket, that area, it was unbelievable. What do you call it, the whip in his wrist was unbelievable. I think he batted really well. They tested him a bit outside off stump, and I think they almost got him when Kohli and Rohit were standing right next to each other
Yeah,
fielding. So they almost trapped him there. But I think apart from that, his feet movement, shot selection, and the mental concentration. But yeah, I think like if you look at towards the end of his innings, he was batting time, and that got to him a bit. Like
yeah.
he was like,
He's tired.
yeah, and like he wasn't getting the runs, and I think that got to him in the end, and he lost uh, his wicket. But I
Yeah,
think fantastic. And Joe Root, man, like we already mentioned, just incredible, incredible.
incredible.
Top four convo is back, man. Top four
Yeah,
convo.
absolutely.
They
The
were
top
saying he's no
five.
longer in it. I think we were all discussing that, but he's back, man. And to do it
To
in Indian conditions, mind you, like it's not easy for English
100%.
batsmen. Yeah,
Absolutely. And I think there's a top five, right, with Babar Azam as well. So there's
yeah,
a
yeah,
top
hundred
five coming
percent.
in.
Yeah,
So
but yeah.
a quick note on Dom Sibley. I think something that was very important, and the commentators mentioned it as well in the commentary yesterday. They were talking about how he was struggling against the spinners, especially the left arm spinner. I can't remember the Sri Lankan's name.
Embuldenia.
Embuldenia. I can't pronounce his, yeah,
That's it.
Embuldenia. But he was bowling well, and Dom Sibley was struggling. First test he struggled.
Yeah.
First innings of second test match also he struggled, but then he changed a little bit of his stance, I believe. I was trying to see some
Hmm.
reviews, and there's some replays all over Twitter as well, where he kind of just a tad bit of a change in his posture, and he was able to play spin a lot better. So these kind of technicalities always help when you have so much video analysis available and stuff like that, and it really helped him. And you can see that batted well towards the end in Sri Lanka, and he's continuing to do that now as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's a really good observation from you. And I'm sure that's worked. That stance, the changing stance has worked. And yeah, I think.
Moving, yeah, moving into day two now. I think for England, of course, the target would be anything more than 400 that they'd be very happy with. I think for India, they'd probably want to get some quick wickets and try to like put a little bit pressure on this batting unit and try to wrap them up as quickly as they possibly can. But the likes of Stokes coming in, the likes of Ollie Pope coming in, I mean, they have their work cut out for themselves.
Yeah, 100%. The Stokes is now going to be fresh at the crease. They'll need to get him early. As soon as he's there, like I think in the first 30, 40 deliveries, they need to get him out quickly. If he settles on this pitch, then he's going to be dangerous because he'll start scoring quick runs as well. And Joe Root, they need to dismiss him with that new ball. I think if he survives the new ball, Joe Root, he'll make a double hundred. So they'll need to get him out very quickly. Those are the two quick. If they can get Root and Stokes out early, India's back in the game, because I think anything less than 400, I would actually give India the advantage. But 450 plus, then England will be in the driver's seat. Then, like, yeah, I've seen games where India scored 600 and still won the game, but
Yeah.
it's always difficult when you have 450, 500 on the board. It's always difficult. So runs on the board will always favor the team, the batting team, and I think that's what it is. England will try to score as much as they can, and England and India will need to restrict. And the only way they'll restrict is if they pick up wickets.
Absolutely, and we need that never say die attitude back from the Indians, and just keep trying and keep bowling in the right lengths, both the right areas, and hopefully expect them to given a little bit. Like you said, absolutely agree with you. Ben Stokes and Joe Root early, I think advantage India. If they can stick around and continue to settle themselves in and counter attack, I think that would be very very problematic for India. And don't forget, we have Josh Butler who could play a one day
Oh
kind of
yeah,
innings.
man, I forgot. Yeah,
We could play a one day kind of innings and bring that 400 to 500 really quickly as well.
fine. Yeah, anything still 450, 400. India is still in and around, but 500 will become
A
next
big
to
problem.
difficult.
Yeah. So, and at that time, we'll have to just see. I think that the Indian win would probably go out of the window at 500. I think that they need to more play out of their skins to kind of draw it. I think. At that
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
no, definitely.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think some exciting cricket to look forward to. I think day one belongs to England, and let's see what day two brings.
100%. Just a rapid fire quickly. Will England declare, or India will get them all out?
India will get them all out below 400.
Will Root score a double hundred?
No, he's getting out like the second, third over of the day.
Will Stokes make a 50 plus score?
Stokes' first ball clean bowled by Jasprit Bumrah.
Who will be India's highest wicket taker in this
Bumrah.
innings? Jasprit
Changing it up.
Bumrah.
I said Ashwin in the review of the
Yeah,
test
you
match.
changed it there,
I'm
but that's
changing it up
fine.
now.
That's fine, no problem. I know because the wicket column is favoring him right now, but
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, I think that wraps up my questions. But yeah, thank you.
Right, of course.
That was fun,
Looking
man.
forward, looking forward to day two as well. Not too long left now for it, so
Yeah.
looking forward to
Take
it.
a nice nap and enjoy the game. Get the Red Bull
Absolutely.
coffee tea ready, and it's
That's
gonna
the
be
plan.
all nighter, bro. All
It's the
nighter.
weekend. It's the weekend. Let's
It's
go.
gonna be all nighter. So take
I
care
have
and
and I have exactly as soon as it finishes, I have Arsenal to watch play Aston Villa, and then we go to sleep.
then we go to see. That's it, man. That's it. Let's enjoy the sports while it's there, right? So
Yep,
yeah, I
absolutely.
think I'll catch you after day two.
Yep. Take care.
Thank you.